human destined and institute government of men and women. We praise and thank thee for this beautiful land, Namibia. Let thy abundant blessing and wisdom, therefore, descend upon us here in this national council, and grant that we may humble and responsible deliberate on all matters entrusted to us for the upliftment and welfare of the citizens of this country. We ask all this in the name of our Lord, Liberator Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you, Honorable. Shall we affirm? I solemnly affirm that I will be faithful to the Republic of Namibia and its people, and I solemnly promise to uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of the Republic of Namibia to the best of my abilities. So help me God. We may take our seats. The House is called to order. Honorable members, good morning once again. I trust that we have had a well-rested weekend, and welcome to the session for today. We begin with announcements. Honorable members, kindly please be informed that there will be a text briefing and a mobile text return station provided by NAMRA on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, the 25th of August 2026 at 14:30 in conference room G4. Honorable members are encouraged to bring along the following documents: your tax identification number, short for TIN, your identification documents, your payee 5 certificates, and any other relevant documents. I would like to repeat it. We are expected to bring along our text identification number, identification documents, our payee 5 certificates, and other relevant documents. Thank you very much, honorable members. We now proceed with our proceedings. Any petitions? I see none. Any reports of select or standing committee? I see none. Any reports and papers? I see none. Any notices of motion? I see the hand of Honorable Shikulo.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chairperson. I hereby, Honorable members, I hereby move a motion without notice that in accordance with Rule 27, read with Rule 31 of the Standing Rules and Orders of the National Council, the proceeding of the day not be interrupted if still under consideration beyond 13 hours. I so move, Honorable Vice Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Can you please table the motion? Thank you very much, Honorable. Any further notices of motion? I see none. The Secretary will read the first order of the day.
Introduction and motivation of the report of the Omusati Regional Council for the year 2025-2026 financial year.
Does Honorable Shikulo move the report?
Yes, Honorable Vice Chairperson.
Who seconds the report? Thank you. Any objection? Agreed to. Can Honorable Shikulo please table the report? As you make your way to your seat, Honorable Shukulo, you may take the floor and motivate your report.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chairperson, Honorable members. I stand to table the report from Omsati region. Omsati region is 26,551 square kilometers big, with 316,671 inhabitants, 12 constituencies, and 9 tribe groups. The region is peaceful and stable. Traditional leaders, we have a governor, we have councillors, regional council, and local authority. The security work well together. The main goals came from national plans: farming, youth, sport, education, health, housing, and creative work. Farming. A Tunda irrigation scheme, 14.5 million spent on water, pipes, and repairs. 900,000 for a cold storage room. They grow maize, 1,371 tons have been received. Potatoes, 297 tons. Wheat, 585, sorry. And banana as a result, as a test. Total value of all crops is 14.8 million. A big 78 million feedlot for cattle is being built and gave 50 jobs. 14 new small farm plots were given out. Support farmers. 1.5 million helped 8,353 dry land farmers. 1.6 million helped 177 poultry and vegetable farmers. 702,190 helps 26 small stock farmers. Livestock and fish. 183,526 cattle got leg sickness vaccine. 230,678 pets got rabies vaccine. A 15 million Omtamba Wamawe rehabilitation of quarantine facility is done, and the work is 89% done. 250,000 fish babies were given out, and 16 tons of fish were caught. Sport and youth. Okahau Sport Complex Phase 1 finished with an amount of 8.9 million. Ruakana Town Council drew plans for a new sport field, an amount of 253,000. It gave 10 hectares of land. A school sport facility was fixed for 600,000. 2 new sport ground will be built at Otamanzi and Onesi. Youth. Outapi town gave 87 short-term jobs with an amount of 2 million. A youth bricks project in Wasandi cost 2.6 million and created 10 jobs. 31 in internship were given. 576 people looking for job or looking for help, but 146 found jobs. Education. Omsati is the third best in the country. SAS level examination, 73.5% passed, 3 or more subjects. At grade 11, it is the 5th in the country. 37% 6% got A to C symbol. 5 million spent on classroom, hostel, and toilets, created 112 jobs. 5.5 million for 8 new vehicles for school work. 6.8 million for playgrounds, equipment, TV, and carpets at 106 schools. 4.9 million for new textbooks, adult literacy. 69 finished, beating the national target of 65%. A new Catholic schools from grade 1 to 6 open in Ruakana. Nakaira VTC spent million on upgrading and training 30 youth in filmmaking, health, malaria. 7,410 cases were reported and 12 deaths. This is a big challenge. GBV, gender-based violence, is 465 cases were reported, down a little from last year. Child abuse, 204 cases reported. Social support, 36,816 people got social grant. 1,221 people got a conditional based income grant. 33 students from poor community got 1,500 per month for tertiary studies. 4,317 war veterans got monthly payment. Workplace issue. 83 of workplace inspected broke labor laws. This needs fixing. Crime went up to 4%, from 3,525 to 3,670 cases. Land, houses, and toilets. Housing, Czech Dwellers Federation got 58 plots in Ruakana. 45 houses are finished, 13 are being built. Services, Okahao, 17 million project for water and sewer pipes funded by KFW. Onanjaba Village Office Phase 1 finished with an amount of 6 million. Sewage treatment plants, Okahao 95% done with an amount of 36 million. Sandi, 90% done with an amount of 4.4 million. Oshikuku, 90% done with an amount of 4.1 million. 276 VIP toilets were built across the region in an amount of 3 million. Ochikuku got solar street rights from a German partner with an amount of 700,000. Electricity, water, roads, and tourism. Electricity. 3 off-grid projects gave 442 homes power. Total cost of 42.3 million. School rectification is 11 million. Water, 206 million pipeline replaced, is now 90% done. 123 million water plant upgrade, 75% done. 29 new boreholes being drilled with an amount of 15 million. Roads, 6.4 million for road maintenance. Dualization of 2 main roads started phase 1 with a cost of 555 million. Tourism, the 3 conservancy earned 1.7 million from hunting and tourism. Money went back into the community project and paying for damage caused by wild animals. Creative work and others. Oshikuku Cultural Center Phase 3 finished with an amount of 4.9 million. Now has a restaurant, entertainment area, and boardroom. Information center open at Otapi to share government news. 1,772 lead rights were registered. 25,400 133 and 4,093 ID document, birth certificate, and death certificate were issued. 28 community projects got 2 million, created 193 jobs. 46 small business got equipment with an amount of 895. 174 new businesses were registered. Conclusion: good progress in farming, in education, housing, water, electricity, roads, and social grant. But we have a challenge in malaria, GDP, labor law breakings, and rising crimes. Recommendation: all government officers, regional councils, or local authority must plan well, do work on time, and check progress carefully. Everyone must work together to improve the people's life. I so submit, Honorable Vice Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Shikulo. A very powerful statement towards the end that we should all work together to improve the livelihood of our residents. Honorable members, there is the report of the Omsati region. Any discussions? I see the hand of Honorable Pakarai.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable Vice Chairperson, Honorable members, and thank you for the report. As I was trying to follow, maybe help me to get more clarity on, I know the influx from the Angolans put severe pressure on the provision of social services to the Omusati region. And of recent, the issue of health facility and education. Maybe, I don't know whether the report has touched on that in terms of the recommendations, how to handle that, because I think it put a lot of severe strain and pressure in terms of meeting the needs of the communities, right? And what arrangement probably as a region have thought in collaboration with the Office of the Governor moving forward in mitigating those issues. So I submit. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Pakarai. Any further discussions? Yes, Honorable Ndawaniko.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chairperson, Honorable members. I would like to comment the report of the Msati region. Really, you can see tangible work has been done, and I think what they've done is really serving the community to their level best. However, Honorable Vice Chairperson, I just want to hear from Msati region as to what is the audit opinion which was given to them as they are to account to the public to say resources that have been available to do the work or to deliver service to the public. What is really the opinion from the Office of the Auditor General in terms of the resources? Thank you very much.
Honorable, any further discussion? Honorable Skongo.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chairperson, Honorable members. Mine is just to thank, knowing Omsati, because one of a particular year we visited Olushanja, I think it's Omsati region. And in terms of agriculture, the way they are using the water, if all Namibians do what Omsati is doing, I guarantee you there will be no hunger in this republic of ours. Because you find the people left their homesteads. They are sleeping at their garden. And we visited one project of a person living with disability. And you see the property he acquires through the gardening. I came shamefully because we are also living alongside the river. Then I said, Is this person a different human being, or is he from the same God like me? Honorable Shikulo, your region is doing really well in terms of agriculture, and we commend and we salute you. And I think all of us, if we are to emulate, I think we'll eliminate totally hunger from our community. Keep it up. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Sikongo. We were hoping that you would identify a song from Lucky Dube about hunger. But here we are again. Honorable Monde, do I see your hand? You have the floor.
And let me also thank Honorable Shikulo for the presentation of their report. My question is more to understand the conservancy they have in their region. I understand that they made a profit, or maybe the revenue was 1.6 million. And I've also last week also come across some regions that also reported about their conservancies where they made below $100,000 Namibian dollars. And what was going in my mind is to understand what tourism activities are in these conservancies. How is these conservancies managed? And it's very good if we have conservancies in our respective regions, and to make income through the preservation of our environment, the ecosystem, and also to attract tourists, which is very commendable. Just maybe to shed a bit light as to how you are managing that conservancy, so that other regions can also learn from it. Because 1.6 million is a remarkable amount compared to some conservancies I've seen in the reports last week of below $100,000. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Monde. Any further discussions? Any further discussions? I see none. Does Honorable Shikulo wish to reply?
Honorable Vice Chairperson.
You may take the floor. Yes, you may take the floor, Honorable.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chairperson, Honorable members. I want to thank Honorable Pakarai to ask about the dry rent, because Namibia is bordering with Angola, and the Angolan, those who are bordering with Namibia, they want also to take things from Namibia to Angola, and we are now planning as a region to put a dry rent so that people can just pick up there. The main reason is that maybe if the things are coming from Buffets Bay, they can just go there because there's nothing. The dry rent is there. We give that place so that they can just take from there to Angola. Those who are in the border or in the middle of the Angolan. They cannot go to Rwanda. They cannot go to Buffets Bay, but now we have a land there. And the schools, we are also having people from Angola come to Namibia to school in Namibia because of the situation in some of the area in Angola. They don't have enough schools, so we already help them. Honorable Dawanifa, thank you very much. Adverse audit opinion was given by the Umsati region, those who checked in the TV, but the adverse audit opinion is coming from here. If you are not tabling your receipt, they say you buy a car but you didn't put it in your thing, then automatically this can also give you. Let's say we have more what? No, not unqualified, but we don't have documents, support documents. So that's the real thing, which is force the institution to go to get this advice. Otherwise, Umsati is good, and even only the small things which was, yeah. But the main thing is that to keep it up is just to make sure that each and every institution, including Umsati, you must have your document every time. If they ask that one, then you can, because you are able to get the adverse audit opinion just for nothing because of those things. And Abu Shikongo, thank you very much for your encouragement. It's true, we have committed people there at Oshanda. They are doing very well. If you go there, you can not you will be surprised. A person having everything, if you are doing everything, that's why we are now proposed to put a canal from Omsat region to Oshana up to Ochikoto, so that those who are along the road, I mean along the canal, they can also able to put their mahangu or their during the rain season, you can have a mahangu, and during the winter you can also produce potatoes, whatever. But people are doing well. I will appreciate what Honorable Sikongo has said. Honorable Monde, it is true we are having a conservancy in Umsati. Like in my constituency, there is a conservancy called Shiashushona, and at Uparudi, maybe Honorable Ankete can help me. What goes that one? Uparudi conservancy. Yeah, just Uparudi. Yeah, we are having 3 in Otamazi conservancy. What happened now here? Sometimes people they are coming there, but let's say now there's a vandalism of elephants. They are vandalizing everything. But if you want to sell, if you see this elephant is a problematic, you can call that person, but that person is paying money just to kill, so that he can get this trophy. So now in that case you get money. And we are talking and saying those money now they are just back to the community, because now we're saying elephants have vandalizing the Mahangu field. Now they are saying no, we cannot take the money, because now the money can go back to the community. So we are working that way. That's why 1.7 is coming from those hunting, and sometimes they are also hunting. So it's a good really to have a conservancy. If you are having the whole on the region having a conservancy, you can also get something. And I remember, particularly in my constituency, we also received paid maybe amount of 100,000 from the conservancy. They are also supporting the project in the constituency. So it really helps, and I really appreciate if you are saying you are also want people to have a constituency in each region. Those who wish to have a conservancy. I think I covered everything, Honorable Vice Chairperson. Thank you, honorable members, for listening me carefully. I just seek the concurrence if you can approve. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Shikulo. I now put the question that the report be adopted. Any objections? I see none. Agreed to. Congratulations, Omsati. Your report stands to be adopted. We now call on the Secretary to read the second order of the day.
Introduction and motivation of the Kunene Regional Council for the 2025-2026 financial year.
Thank you. Does Honorable Nano move the report?
Yes, I move it. Thank you. I'm ready.
Thank you, Honorable. Who seconds the report? Thank you. Any objection? Agreed to. Can Honorable Nano table the report? As you take or as you make your way to your seat, Honorable Nano, you may take the floor to motivate the report.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Vice Chair, honorable members, very good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I thought I'm all alone in this chamber. Yeah, it is my distinct honor and privilege to table before this August House the Kunene Regional Council's Development Progress Report for financial year 2025-26. This report is a candid account of our achievements, our challenges, and our way forward. At the outset, Honorable Vice Chairperson,
Honorable Nano, my sincere apologies. It appears that you have a voice of those who sing last in the choir. Yeah, so we need you to really speak a bit loud so that we can hear you. Thank you very much.
okay, am I audible enough now? Thank you very much. At the outset, Honorable Vice Chairperson, allow me to express the profound gratitude of the Kunene region to Her Excellency the President of Namibia, the Government of Republic of Namibia, the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development, and all offices, ministries, agencies, with their continued financial and technical support. Without this partnership, our progress would not be possible. Honorable members, Kunene is a region of immense beauty and immense hardship. That's why we call it Great Kunene. Home to over 120,800 people across 7 constituencies and 4 local authorities. We are a region of rich culture, with Nukwen, Ovaherero, San, and others, and abundant natural resources, including the Kunene River and vast tourism potential. But we are also a region of extreme vast distances, rugged terrain, harsh climate, and deep infrastructure deficit. That word, yes, that one. Honorable members, on infrastructure, the Obuo aerodrome is at 35% completion, with 11 million in certified works. Rural electrification at Etanga and Ochitoko is complete. Ochonteka is at 75%. Over 160 houses were electrified across Korigas, Ocho, Kamayap, and Fransfontein through Senerate investments exceeding 5.2 million. Kunene Regional Police Headquarters, Police Headquarters in Opuo, valued at 65.4 million, was inaugurated also by Her Excellency the President. On education, honorable members, Kunene Resource School Phase 1 is at 95% completion. 8 classrooms, laboratories, and libraries at Musaso and Okongo combined schools are 100% completed. Major renovations at Muredi High School, valued at 60 million, and Ucho Project School, Secondary School Phase 2 80% completed, is progressing very well. Over on water and sanitation, honorable members, NAM Water drilled 20 boreholes at the cost of 13.4 million. 11 boreholes were installed and 3 hand dug wells received solar powered. 2 mini, it was a pilot project. Desalination plants were installed to improve water quality, respectively in Origas constituency and Kameya constituency. On agriculture, we support 839 farmers, which are 350 men and 489 women through subsidies. 25 hectares, 825 hectares were plowed. Almost 2 tons of maize seed, 1 ton of millet, and 0.5 tons of cowpeas were distributed. Agriculture and poultry subsidized totaling nearly $1 million, supporting 67 farmers. On rural development, honorable members, 3 self-help projects created 94 temporary jobs. 75 pet latrine toilets were constructed, employing 67 youth. Drought and food insecurity. I'm going to say it again. Drought and food insecurity, honorable members. This is our greatest challenge. The Namibian Annual Livelihood Vulnerability Assessment identified over 87,500 people in Kunene at extreme risk of food insecurity.
Honorable Nano, you only have 2 minutes left.
Okay. Following the state of emergency declared on 22nd of May 2022, 35,000 households received drought relief, including maize meal, cooking oil, tended fish, and soya maize. This support save lives, but it is not sustainable. We must invest in long-term climate resilience. The challenges, honorable members, we cannot ignore the obstacles that slows our progress. And I would outline them. Inadequate funding. Our vastness demands on resources. Difficult terrains, long distance and rough roads increase cost and delays. Slow procurement, capacity constraints delay projects execution. Late budget approvals, we lost critical months of implementation, honorable members. Misaligned financial years, like local authorities operate on a different circle than the government. The poor telecommunication, many areas remain unreachable, affecting service delivery and safety. Recommendations, honorable members. To address these challenges, I respectfully submit also the following. Increase budget allocations to Kunene, reflecting our size and logistical cost. Ensure timely budget approvals to allow implementation from day one of the financial year. Harmonize financial years between local authorities and the government. Prioritize strategic roads connecting remote communities to essential services. Accelerate procurement processes and strengthen project management. expand rural telecommunication for public safety and economic participation, sustain investment in climate resilience, water security, boreholes, and drought preparedness, establish a regional project dashboard for transparent tracking of progress and costs, promote economic diversification through tourism infrastructure to reduce over reliance on government funding.
Honorable Nanob, in conclusion.
Just a minute. Just a minute, Honorable, please. Mainstream youth and gender empowerment across all programs. Establish a regional asset management fund to improve new infrastructure from falling into disrepair. Fast-tracking climate-smart agriculture and water harvesting at community level. Establish a permanent regional disaster risk management committee with a dedicated budget. In conclusion, Honorable Chairperson, we have made progress. Schools have been built, homes electrified, waters access, and farmers supported, but the need of our people remains immense. On behalf of the Regional Council, I call upon this August House and the government to prioritize our region, provide us with adequate, timely, and predictable resources. Let us deliver on the bread and butter issues of our people. I thank you, honorable members. I so move.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nanob. Honorable members, there stands the report of the Kunene region. Any discussions? Yes, Honorable Ndawanika.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members. I would like to thank Honorable Nanob for presenting the regional report for Kunene. Thank you very much. We have taken note of what you have been doing in the region and all those services that have gone to the people. So really you are trying your level best. However, as you have requested this August House to prioritize Kunene region as one of the regions that are being severely affected by some situations, especially drought. I would like to just to understand as to what are the current interventions with regard to drought. So you have spoken about the issue of the distribution of drought relief food. Is it still the situation that you are progressing with in terms of the intervention, or what other intervention? By knowing Kunene, that is one of the regions that has been hard hit by drought. Secondly, is the poverty level in this particular region. So I recently toured the region, particularly the town of Opuo, and we have learned a lot from there. So somebody would want to understand what is the poverty level of this particular region. And lastly, Honorable Vice Chairperson, is also to pose the similar question like I posed to Omsati. So as we are tabling the regional report, we are accounting to the public to say, provided that the budgets that have been given all those years, we have got a national measure that has to measure our service delivery. So what is the audit opinion this particular region has received from the Office of the Auditor General in terms of service delivery? So with that, I do so submit, Honorable Vice Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable. I see the hand of Honorable Shabeonja.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Why I pick up my hand so fast is just on the last question of my brother there. Good morning, Honorable Chair, Honorable Vice Chair, Honorable members. I also just wanted to be, as a region, enlighten us as a house. We recently picked up the leadership squabble in your region. And then we are hearing things from media left and right. Maybe as lawmakers, we also want just to understand the current situation in that regard. I know maybe there might be issues that are at court level, but what I wanted is just the, the, the sharing of the cake for us to just to be on pay. Because I remember there was even a time where you could not pay your employees because of some of these issues. Just brief us also on that regard. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Shaviongi. Honorable Pakarai.
Thank you once again, Vice Chairperson, honorable members, and Honorable Nanu. Thank you for the report. And I think mine is just a comment that from all the regions, 14 regions we have in the country, Kunene region is also one of the regions on a positive note that has therapeutic sceneries. And therefore, I was, as you said, that you want to address the over-reliance from governments and you want to create that dashboard. My comment is if you are not fusing in your tourism mining sector to address and drive that, you still not be able to do justice to yourself, because for me that's your comparative advantage that the region has. So, and therefore my recommendation is to delve into the mining and the tourism sector because of the opportunities available. So I submit. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. Any further discussion? Yes, Honorable Sikongo.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chairperson, Honorable members. I thank Honorable Anup for the detailed report. As you were going through, and I was just recording the $1 million that were going in, but at least you are doing something as a region. Though you are experiencing very hardship in terms of drought, the occurrence drought that are persisting in your region, I learned something from your report, of which we are struggling at home. Because at the constituency where I am from, there were 2 boreholes drilled, but waters cannot be used for human consumption because it is salty. But then you have a desalination plant. If I am to learn, how was this done? Is it also a similar incident that water were drilled, but because of the salty, then the desalination plant is installed, so that one of the good day we go and learn, because we are struggling. So Pungu constituency have got 6 boreholes drilled, but water cannot be used. Tondoro 4, Sese 2. We have these similar incidents, especially the salty water. If I'm to learn from you the desalination plant, how it was installed. But otherwise, you have a nice report, so we can support your report. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. Any further discussions? Honorable members, any further discussions? I see none. Honorable Nanup, do you wish to respond?
Yes, honorable member. I will ask my fellow honorable members to help me out with the questions also as well. And yeah, we will answer.
The honorable members can take the floor. I see the microphone of Wangunai here.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members. Thank you very much for the question and good comment for us to take note of it. The very first question about the current situation regarding the drought. We are still hit by drought severely because in certain areas in Epupa, especially Homba and other areas, small animals started dying. I was there and I was very surprised to see the condition of the animals there. And we have alerted the situation, the office of the OPM. The response was given back to the region. They said themselves they don't have fund to rescue the region, but they will talk to the disaster risk management to see whether they will send a team to the region to come and assess the situation of drought or not. But the drought is still persisting. Now is getting worse. Because can you imagine if the animals start dying now already? Reaching December, there will be a problem. On the level of poverty in the region, the Kunene region has been known as a nomadic region. People were depending much on livestock. And the level of education, most of the majority are illiterate. Therefore, they were just depending on livestock. And the route being, we are being hit severely by the drought. Then the situation is not improving at all. It's just getting worse every day. On the issue of the leadership scramble in the region, that one we cannot comment on it because still in the competent court of law. We will not entertain that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Ngunair. Honorable Nanuk, do you now wish to take the floor or Honorable Nanuk?
Honorable Vice Chairperson, we were just discussing which one Honorable would take and so on. Yeah. Honorable members, second one question was upon poverty level, I think. What is poverty rate in Kunene? 45% of households live below poverty line in Kunene region. Which gives us national average of 28%. Honorable members, poverty in Kunene, it's not a level, it's if I speak about it, then my heart is burning, seeing what people are going through in those remote areas and so on. Poverty, hunger, and long working distance and teachers' shortage contribute to poor exam performance as well, honorable members. And it is very devastating. It is, one would not want to see or experience something like that. Honorable members, the civil service delivery audit opinion. Clean audits dropped from 13 to 6, and qualified opinions rose from 2 to 8. Advice of opinions issued in 2023-2024 reports. Kunene region, is Kunene region compliant with audits? I would say no. Kunene is amongst 13 northern councils behind on audit submissions. That's the honesty. What is the drought relief discrepancy was found? About 3,280 household food aid is unaccounted for. the Office of the Prime Minister reported 31,715 households redeemed food, but the Regional Council reported only 35. But the Regional Council reported 35. This means food for 3,284 households is still missing. Honorable members, if I speak about this, as I'm saying, I'm crying. That is why I'm saying or asking in my report or in my summary, saying that we need to prioritize the region. We need to see into this, how people are facing these harsh conditions. The next one, I will ask my honorable colleague to answer up on. What was that? Oh, about Honorable Shikolo, about the pilot program which I was talking about.
Honorable Nano, just some guidance. Initially, because you are the motivator, you were supposed to conclude this session of response. So if Honorable Koko is still going to take the floor, perhaps he should take the floor and then you conclude.
Okay.
Yes.
Honorable Koko.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity, Honorable Vice Chairperson. I think I have the two questions from Honorable Bakare. The one of what can we do to avoid or relying on the government. It's a good question and an advice also if you can go through it. It's like we have to plan. We have been planning a lot. What can we do? Sometimes we submit those planning to the National Planning Commission and through those. Yeah, but things are not coming through. Maybe just because it's with Kunene or maybe it's everywhere it's done like that. But we are trying in future not to rely on the government as much as we do now. I know that there is a lot of resources within the region. We are trying our level best. We are also approaching some regions which is in advance or which is advanced. I think Rongo they are doing good. They are relying on their natural resources there. And we listen also to Omusati report that they are planning, they're having some plan to assist their communities. We are coming on board. The second question on to we have tourism and mining is true. For tourism, we're having a hub of tourism, but half of it indirect without our knowing. It was taken away from the region, especially the Etosha, where this tourism, a lot of them they are flashing, going. Normally those years, it was cut to Umsati and some of also our grazing areas. So like Etosha, the whole of it, now as we are speaking, we don't have Etosha. To be honest, nothing in Kunene belongs to Kunene. From Ucho here, all the resources, all the where we used to get something, it is cut to Musati. Just go through and check around, you find it. But it's a good, also a reminder, it's a good, but that this house never knew about that one. It's how we suffer also through the government. I think this one was done by delimitation commission. It's them who cut like that. Sometimes when you're trying, you're made poor by the planners. The mining issues, currently also
different committees visited the region. We do have natural resources enough, but also, again, as it in the report that we don't have means. The payment you to attain or to get either it's EPL or claim, that money is much for our people to get those papers. Now you find people who having claims are from here, from the central to our region. They took over. And especially those having EPL, because the EPL now is going up to 70 to 100,000. And where do a poor man who's staying there for 100 years, getting from the ancestors to get that money? Livestock gone. So I think it's true. We're supposed to relay. We're supposed to survive from our natural resources, but to the payment, not to afford, and also not to have a know how to do things on this one. Because sometimes if you come to the ministry here, you are cut off. When you said you want to apply this, the next day, just the next day, the name which is there, the person never coming from there, never visited the area, you find the name of Nano or you find the name of Koko who is staying here. That is how we are suffering there. That is an evident. You can approach those two committees. They found it also themselves. And I think most of this is done at that ministry. I will not hide it, that one, because I know I was trying to push in to go in, that our people have also at least to survive from this natural resources from our own region, from the area. And also we give advice to the ministry that are there no some relaxants to our people at least to benefit from there. They go around, some of even the officers, they don't want to see us. Whenever they see you are coming in through the window, they run away because they know that you are going to ask this. Yes, so I really supporting, I'm really concur with the Honorable Pakara with that we have to relay and we have to survive from our own natural resources within the region. But to the situation which is we are treated through the government, it's how we are also made being poor, more and more poor. So maybe few, as I have said, really we need assistance from the ministry and the government itself, at least to come in and also to relax some of the policies and the laws so that our people can afford. Everyone starts slow, but at the end of the day, we will also come up and maybe do our things on our own. With those, thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Nanop. Do you wish to conclude?
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chairperson. The Honorable Sikongo. Yes, yes. Yes, Honorable, we had places with salty water, which is not really considered, which is not for human consumption and so on. This pilot project were built through the national government initiatives. It was funded by Ministry of Agriculture, Water, Land Reform back then. And the implementation agent was EIF, Environmental Investment Fund. I believe I've answered your question. Yeah. With this, I would like to ask the August House for adoption of our report. I thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, honorables from Kunene. Honorable members, I now put the question that the report be adopted. Any objections? I see none. Agreed to. Congratulations, Kunene. Your report stands to be adopted. Honorable members, it is within accordance with Rule 27 of our standing rules that we shall now take our break, and we are expected to return back to chamber at 11:08. Is that in order? So it stands.
Territorial integrity and the material and spiritual resources of the Republic of Namibia. So help me God.
In 1990, Namibia stepped into freedom, a new nation with a bold responsibility to educate its people and secure its future. Education became one of independence's most powerful promises.
To the best of my ability. So help me God.
Namibia's first Minister of Education, Naasangula, inherited a divided system. His task was monumental, to unify education under one national framework. Segregated systems were dismantled. A national curriculum was introduced. Access and equity became the foundation of the new Namibia. Under Honorable John Mutora, the focus shifted to expansion. Schools were built across the country, especially in rural communities. Teacher recruitment intensified. Education became more accessible.
We need leadership into them.
Honorable Nangolo Mbumba strengthened policy implementation and quality assurance. Greater emphasis was placed on science and mathematics. Teacher professional development gained momentum. In 2013, under Dr. Abraham Iyambo, Namibia introduced free primary education, a historic milestone.
We are going to build more at that school. We are going to put immediately 2 million dollars.
Pre-primary education also gained state support, ensuring children were prepared from an early age.
Congratulations.
Dr. David Namwandi's tenure saw continued expansion in higher education.
In 1994, one student, the courage, determination.
Tertiary enrollment increased. Public and private institutions strengthened Namibia's academic landscape. Education expanded beyond academics. Under Katrina Hansa-Himara, arts and culture were integrated into the portfolio.
If we coordinate, we can address our challenges with sufficient or bigger resources allocated to fewer programs.
The creative identity of learners became part of the education vision.
We have already acquired an exemption to go public to public to build 500 more classrooms in order to make up for this 1,000.
Under Honorable Anangi Pondoka, the advanced subsidiary curriculum was introduced, reshaping senior secondary education. The reform aimed to align Namibia's education with global standards. Even during global disruption, learning continued.
Tertiary education is a national project that requires cooperation, close coordination, and collaboration, but also understanding and the fact that we must know it's a shared responsibility.
In 2025, together with the presidency, Dr. Sanet Steenkamp took leadership of a broadened ministry combining education, innovation, youth, arts, and sport. And from 2026, Namibia moves toward free tertiary education in public institutions, expanding opportunity once again.
I'm pleased to announce that from the next academic year, commencing 2026, tertiary education will become 100% subsidized by the government.
36 years after independence, education remains the cornerstone of Namibia's progress. From access to reform to innovation, the journey continues.
As Namibia commemorates Heroes Day this month, we look beyond our political freedom and ask a question that affects us all. Did independence end the struggle, or did it make us more aware of what still lies ahead? From the fight for political freedom to today's pursuit for economic opportunity, how far have we come? Join us on Tupopieni as we look at how we can continue standing together as one, even in the face of adversity. Tupopieni, only on NBC, your home channel.
Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Daily Roundup. I'm your host, Nina Katangana. As usual, we've got a jam-packed show.
I'm Rochelle Ngarimas, producer of the Daily Roundup with Nina.
A very good evening to you, Namibia, and welcome to the Wheels of Justice, the program where the law meets the life of the ordinary citizens. I am Daniel Nadunya, your host.
I'm Rivaldo Kavanga, and this is Situation Critical. We ask the tough questions, challenge the narrative, and bring you insights that keep you up to date.
I'm Dapewa Ambambi, producer of Situation Critical with Rivaldo Kavanga.
Welcome to In the Community with me, Ilago Shitatala, where we delve into issues that are shaping our nation. Pandu Zonene. I'm Richelin Onses, producer of the best program at NBC that is In the Community with Ilago Shitatala, covering all corners of Namibia. Well, that's all that we had for you in News in Brief. I shall see you tomorrow. Hi, my name is Cecilia Adebo. I am the presenter and producer for the NBC Online department, specifically for News in Brief. We started off on TikTok and then we also went all along to the different various platforms of NBC Online, which is your Instagram, your Facebook, and of course, YouTube.
Hi, my name is Faith Corazes. I work at the online desk. My daily tasks are to upload the daily news stories and to share the interviews on our various platforms.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Njitaviwa and I'm the producer at Online. I'm responsible for uploading news stories as well as interviews from different shows.
Hi, my name is Merika Katupose. I'm the senior producer for news and current affairs at the digital desk.
My name is Janet Haipare. I am the executive producer and editor for the NBC's online desk. Basically, we are responsible for number one, NBC digital news platforms, which is all the social media platforms of the NBC News. We are also responsible for 4 of NBC's most important programs. That's the Daily Roundup with Nina. Then we have In the Community with Ilago Shitatala. Then we have 2 talk shows, Wheels of Justice with Daniel Nadunia and Situation Critical with Rivaldo Kavanga. That's the NBC's online desk in a nutshell.
Talk of the Nation is a 1-hour program that brings various participants and stakeholders together to debate on topical issues. The panel discussion provides in-depth analysis, interpretation and discussion of major socio-political, economic and cultural news. Our experts share their insights, their opinions, their stories and experiences on current events that are affecting you. Watch the program every Monday at 1900 hours. You can also live stream the show on our social media platforms.
The grand finale of the next Makhesa Star Season 5 is set for Friday, the 4th of September 2026 at the National Theatre of Namibia Backstage Windhoek. Show starts at 8 p.m, doors open at 6 p.m. Tickets available at Web Tickets and any model Pick n Pay shop nationwide. VIP $400 Namibian pre-sale and $450 at the gate. General $250 Namibian pre-sale and $350 at the gate. Corporate tables for $10,000-$20,000 Namibian. Bookings through Sanville Vicia Music Productions. Call 081-707-6838. Pay directly to Velvicia Music Production bank account. It's going to be a night of glitz, glamour and unforgettable performances. The stage is set, the lights will shine and Namibia will witness history. Who will be crowned the next Makhesa Star? The next Makhesa Star is proudly presented by Sanville Vicia Music Production in partnership with the National Theatre of Namibia, AIMS, the Namibian Broadcasting Corporation and NBC Plus, sponsored by Namport.
As of the 2nd of September, Business Today will air at 8:45. Business Today will also be extended, broadcasting from Monday to Friday.
Business Today will bring you the stories that shape Namibia's economy, from local and international business news, market updates, exclusive interviews with business leaders, and SMEs development.
You can also book for a paid slot with us by contacting Timo Andreas on 0811 694342 or NBC Sales Department on 061 291 3111. Stay ahead in business with Business Today.
first sports code I fell in love with was golf. As a youngster, you'd always want to pursue professional football. And when you become that, you start earning, you start buying your own stuff, and it's just something unimaginable coming from where you are coming from. In my upbringings, at least, I had an opportunity to study, and through that, I've been fortunate to be a scholarship holder of doing sports and leisure recreation in Chesterfield in England. Whatever I've done so far is well documented, and I will be remembered for that.
This is the story of Namibia's musical journey, about artists who sang in the shadows of exile and those who now redefine the sound of a nation in
The music scene at that time was dominated by Jackson Kauyewa, the late, and Rashi Hama at the time. They're really popping.
I grew up with so many different Namibians all over Namibia.
I came from a family of music.
The digital revolution had arrived, and with it came new opportunities.
There's a bigger world out there. Straight up pretty empty.
The world is constantly changing, and so is the music. No longer confined to cassettes, CDs, or radio airwaves, Namibian artists found themselves in a new era again. The digital age has rewritten the rules of the game.
At the edge of the lake, rooted in fire, flavor, and connection.
I'm Dusty.
Where every meal has a rhythm. Some songs taste like home.
These ingredients that are here, because we're trying to go as traditional, pastor and clearling cuisine for ons Laafjelders. Don't touch that dial.
At Lake Onap, food becomes memory.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is the results that we are looking for.
Meesterlik, regtig waar. Daar dans 'n meisie wat net soos 'n veeprinses lyk. Met 'n glimlag so stralend begroet sy die hele gehoor.
I cook, you play. Where great food meets great music.
Where he needs to get. Even after the day he took off his gloves, he is the force behind the power. The punches and the knockouts of a world champion. Behind this tough exterior is a handshake, friendly as a smile on his face. He's been there, done that, and always stayed in the background. But as you can see, he's taking me all the way up, step by step, to come up with a knockout punch.
Citizen here on my channel. Today I have a Siyosa limited edition, and this is called the Time Slip. I don't know why it's called that, but it has a beautiful gray dial on it with gold tone indices and hands. It's in 37 millimeters. This could be the best Siyosa of them all. And I have one hands-on to show you guys, so let's flip the camera and take a look at one of the best looking Siyosas that you can buy right now, the Siyosa Time Slip. This is hands down the best looking Siyosa that they have made. This is the 37 millimeter version, and the dial here is what makes this watch. It's a gray fume dial that looks phenomenal, and they have paired this with gold tone indices and hands, and it just takes it to a new level. There's only one thing that I would replace, or take away, I should say, from
This is the story of Namibia's musical journey, about artists who sang in the shadows of exile and those who now redefine the sound of a nation in
The music scene at that time was dominated by Jackson Kauyewa, the late, and Rashi Hama at the time. They were really popping.
I grew up with so many different Namibians all over Namibia.
I came from a family of music.
The digital revolution had arrived, and with it came new opportunities.
There's a bigger world out there. Straight up pretty MJ.
The world is constantly changing, and so is the music. No longer confined to cassettes, CDs, or radio airwaves, Namibian artists found themselves in a new era again. The digital age has rewritten the rules of the game.
Hi everyone, my name is Leonardo Rana and I'm a personal trainer. Welcome to What the Lifestyle, and I'm going to take you guys through my fitness lifestyle, okay? Here we go, let's go. Okay, so what I normally do before I do my leg workout is I always start out with a warm-up, okay? And I always use an elastic band. Reason why is it's just for tension and a great warm-up for the knee, okay? So what I'm doing now is I'm just warming up my knees for my leg workout, okay? So after I do the treadmill, I normally do a stretch for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I get myself into the workout itself. So just make sure that you're walking straight and not outwards, okay? And you don't want to open the elastic band too wide, so you want to keep it nice and tight on your knees. Normally walk run about 5 to 10 minutes just for warm up. The results, the feedback that people give you. Oh, you look nice. Or the shirt looks tight on you, or your legs are popping, or you're actually fit than the time I saw you. The comments is actually what drives certain individuals besides you yourself motivating yourself, okay? So the comments for me, that's one of the fun facts that I like about the fitness industry. My warm-up set, I normally do it with the bar itself, and then I start adding on my working set. So I normally have 4 sets, okay? So I have my 3 working sets, and then I have my one warm-up set, okay? Warm-up set meaning it's just for the blood flow to circulate into the body part that I am going to be working on, okay? So this is going to be my warm-up set. So I'm going to do walking lunges from here all the way up to the end and back. Once I get back, then I'm going to load up my 3 working sets, okay? Make sure that you go nice and slow. Don't rush each movement. I used to do weight training, strictly bodybuilding weight training, when I started my fitness career. So I was doing about for the longest time, up until I got knowledge that there is more to only strictly bodybuilding training. Okay, here we go. Working set. Nice and slow. One more. 3, 2, 1, up.
The Secretary will read the third order of the day.
Introduction and motivation of the report of the National Council Standing Committee on Education, Science, ICT and Youth Development on its engagement with key stakeholders in education, science and youth development, which was held in Ochuarongo from the 6th to the 10th of July 2026.
Thank you. Does Honorable Shabewonja move the report?
Wholeheartedly, Vice Chair.
Thank you, Honorable. Who seconds the report? Thank you. Any objection? I see none. Agreed to. Can Honorable Shabewonja table the report? As you make way to your seat, Honorable Shabewonja, you may take the floor to motivate the report.
Thank you, Honorable Chair, Honorable Members. I rise before this August House to present and motivate the report of the Standing Committee on Education, Science, ICT, Youth Development on our engagement with key stakeholders in Ochuarongo from the 6th to the 10th of July 2026. The committee recognized the importance of engaging institutions central to education, innovation to assess institutional performance, challenges and contribution towards quality education, research, innovation and skills development in Namibia. Therefore, the objective of the stakeholder engagement was to deepen the committee understanding of the operation, challenges and strategic direction of higher education sectors in Namibia. The committee engaged the following institutions: the National Commission on Research and Science and Technology, the National Council of Higher Education, Namibia University of Science and Technology, Namibia Training Authority, Teachers Union of Namibia, Namibia National Students Organization, and the Public Service Commission. Honorable Members, Honorable Chair, the engagement revealed both recommendable progress and pressing challenges. The National Commission on Research, Science and Technology have tripled the number of researchers and advanced in AI readiness, yet face financial and laboratory accreditation constraints. The National Council for Higher Education has expanded access to higher education, but also struggle with skills mismatch, unaccredited institutions and structural limitation. The Namibia University of Science and Technology has grown into a leading science, technology and engineering mathematical institution, but inadequate infrastructure and regulatory framework hinder its responsiveness. Across all stakeholders, the committee observed a recurring need for stronger industry linkages, sustainable funding, and harmonized legislation to ensure quality education and innovation align with Namibian Vision 2030 and in our NDP 6. Honorable Chairperson, honorable members, The purpose of presenting this report is to promote transparency and accountability by sharing committee findings and recommendations with the August House. It further aims to align Namibia education, science, ICT agenda with the country's broader development priorities, while fostering stronger collaboration between Parliament, institution, and community to advance skills development, innovation, and youth development. Honorable members, Honorable Chair, the committee recommend urgent action by strengthening industry in university partnership by number one. Number two, by expanding science, technology, engineering, and mathematics and access to rural regions. Three, investing in accredited laboratories and AI hubs. Number four, harmonizing legislation governing higher education and protecting indigenous knowledge. This measure will ensure that Namibia education and innovation system not only produce graduates but nurture problem-solving innovators and leaders for a knowledge-based economy. Honorable members, Honorable Chair, in conclusion, the committee engagement in Oshuarongo promoted Namibia potential in education, innovation, while highlighting reform needed to unlock it. Let us not only educate for today, but innovate for tomorrow. I therefore move for the deliberation of this report and urge members to give its recommendation a very serious consideration. I thank you for your kindness, attention, Honorable Chair. So I submit.
Education for all, like they say. Thank you very much, Honorable Shabionja. Honorable members, there stands the report on the Committee of Education. Any discussions? Honorable Shabionja, may I ask you to please switch off your mic?
Sorry.
Thank you. Honorable members, any discussions? Honorable Joseph, is that you raising your hand? Okay. Honorable members, any further discussion? Yes, Honorable Shikongo.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chairperson, or honorable members. I listened carefully to the, report, and I noted that the recommendations came out from the stakeholders meetings critical and needs to be, owned by the committee and be able to shape the oversight function for the committee to be able to focus on what they have received or they have learned during the stakeholders meeting. The issue of rural schools and the expansion of the institution of higher learning has also been highlighted, and on how they are going to be enriched as such. That's why I'm only urging the committee to take those recommendations seriously and become part and parcel of their oversight functions. And next time when they are going to report on their oversight function, we will then be looking at those key areas of recommendations which came out from that stakeholders meeting which was held in Ochiwarongo. I thank you very much. It's only that comment, because once you come up with a recommendation, definitely look at those recommendations for implementation purposes. We will only be able to implement them once we take it on board through the oversight function. Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chair, Honorable members.
Thank you, Honorable Shikongo. Any further discussions? Any further discussions, Honorable members? Honorable Shabionja, do you wish to respond?
Yeah, I'm just driving the education bus to from point A to point B, where we all believe that point B is the right destination to go to. So if you give me that permission through you, if my members maybe want to add one or two, since they're also part of the committee, I don't want, I believe in inclusive leadership. So thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Shavionja. The committee members, yes, Honorable Bakarai. Honorable Bakarai, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable Vice Chairperson, Honorable members. Honorable Chair of our committee, thank you so much for the concise report on the activities undertaken. Maybe just to add to what being said is that what we picked up, because the key thing that we are looking at as a country is to see whether we are producing graduates who are employable beyond the 21st century. And through engaging these institutions, we also realized few things came out that in this country, we do not have, or we need to produce more mathematical modeler. We need to produce more problem solver at societal or institutional level. We need to produce leadership with high emotional intelligence. It's cutting across, but what we have been reassured and assured by NAST and UNAM and all the institutions is that they are at the verge where they are recalibrating their programs, academic programs, to make sure that it speaks to the needs of the industry, to make sure that the NDP 6 and the Vision 2030 is enhanced through that. So maybe just what Honorable Chair, Vice Chairperson, I could add to the good insight that was just presented by Honorable Chairanga. So I support.
Thank you, Honorable Bakarai. Any other contributions from the other members of the committee? I see none. I now put the question that the report be adopted. Before we adopt, Honorable Shavionja, are there any final words that you wish to?
You, Honorable Vice Chair. If the Vice Chair has put that confidence and then you are running to adopt the report, then I think we have done what was expected from us as a committee. We also just concur with the request of the adoption of the report. And maybe what I can just emphasize or put Honorable Senior there in confidence is that we are here to make the work of those that are coming after us easier and possible. So rest assured that we have taken this with whatever we have at our disposal. So with the help of the members and the support from the other members, we'll make sure that we do what is required. We have taken note of what you have highlighted in our presentation. That's the only submission. Thank you, Vice Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Shavionja. I now put the question that the report be adopted. Any objections? I see none. Agreed to. Congratulations to the Committee of Education. Honorable members, before we proceed, allow me to please announce that we have the honor and grace to receive the learners from Opuo Primary School. They are 32 learners with the 3 teachers. If you can please rise for us so that we can welcome you, colleagues from Opuo. Welcome, and we are very happy to have you here. It's very interesting because today we had the committee, sorry, not the committee, but the report from Kunene region. And so your leadership is here to represent you very well. Thank you very much and welcome once again. Honorable members, the Secretary will now proceed to read the fourth order of the day.
Resumption of debate on second reading of the Mental Health Bill, Bill number 8 of 2025.
Thank you. When the debate on this bill was adjourned on Friday, the 21st of August 2026, the question before the Council was a motion that the bill be now read a second time.
Resumption of debate on second reading of the Mental Health Bill, Bill number 8 of 2025.
Thank you, Secretary. Honorable Monde adjourned the debate and he now has the floor. Honorable Monde.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chairperson, Honorable members. From the inception of the debate of this bill, many honorable members have contributed to this very important topic, and I rise to express my support for the mental health bill before this honorable House. I recognize the importance of replacing our outdated law with legislation that upholds the dignity, rights, protection, and well-being of persons living with mental health conditions in the Namibian context. Namibia continues to experience a growing demand for mental health services, driven by increasing awareness of mental illness, improved access to health care, substance use disorders, and socioeconomic pressures. The Commerce region occupies a unique position within the national mental health system. It is home to the Mental Health Care Center at Windhoek Central Hospital, the country's largest specialized psychiatric referral facility. The center provides a comprehensive psychiatric assessment, treatment, rehabilitation, outpatients, and inpatient services, and is currently the only institution in Namibia offering specialized forensic psychiatric services. It serves 9 regions of the country, making the cornerstone of specialized mental health care delivery in Namibia, whereas the other 4 regions are served by the Oshakati Mental Health Ward in Oshakati Hospital, which is situated in northern part of our country. Mental health care in Namibia is delivered through a multidisciplinary approach involving psychiatrists, medical officers, psychiatrists, nurses, clinical psychologists, occupational therapists, social workers, and various support professionals. This collaborative model allows for comprehensive management of patients across the continuum of care, including diagnosis, treatment, psychosocial rehabilitation, and community reintegration. The National Referral Mental Health Centers has about 134 clinical staff and distributed as follows: registered nurses, 100, medical officers, 12, social workers, 8, clinical psychologists, 5, occupational therapists, 5, and psychiatrists, 4. It has a bed capacity of about 220 and provides the following services: general psychiatric services, inpatients, outpatients, outreach, forensic psychiatric services, observation cases, trial awaiting, convicted offenders, state president decisions, patient rehabilitation, and treatment outreach services to Olune and Kobabe's facilities. A considerable effort continues to be made in this endeavor to reduce stigma which is associated with mental illness. Therefore, as I stand before you, Honorable Vice Chairperson, the demand for mental health services continues to increase substantially. During the most recent reporting period, the mental health care centers recorded more than 24,000 outpatient consultations and over 2,000 inpatient admissions, both exceeding planned services targets. These figures reflect not only increasing prevalence and awareness of mental illness, but also growing public confidence in seeking special mental health care. With forensic psychiatry, Namibia continues to provide specialized assessment and management of individuals requiring psychiatric observation under the criminal procedure framework. Monthly mental observation outreach visits to correctional facilities and multidisciplinary forensic committees ensure coordinated care for this highly specialized patient population. The continued collaboration with the Namibian Correctional Services remains essential to improving forensic mental health care and facilitating the safe integration of eligible patients into the community. Honorable members, a good law must not only set out rights, but it must also create conditions for those rights to be realized. My recommendations are offered as additional measures to strengthen its practicality. Number one, prevention and workplace mental health. Honorable Vice Chairperson, the bill must give greater attention to prevention as well. Mental health challenges are often caused or worsened by stress, burnout, harassment, stigmatization, and lack of support at home or workplace, of which in many cases it has caused fatalities, either suicidal or mental sufferer killed someone. I recommend that the bill encourages workplace mental health policies in public and private institutions. This should include early support, counseling or referral, reasonable accommodation, protection from discrimination, and basic training for managers. Number two, addressing the shortage of specialists. Honorable members, Namibia has very few psychiatrists, as it was explained to us in G4 on Monday last week, and they are unevenly distributed. To avoid delays in care, I recommend that the bill allow appropriate task shifting to senior medical officers, clinical psychologists, and psychiatric nurse specialists for clearly defined functions. Digital transformation presents another important area for development. Investment in internet connectivity, integrated electronic health records, and health information systems will be essential to support evidence-based planning and service delivery. Teleassessment and virtual review boards proceedings should also be provided for where distance is a barrier. This will maintain oversight while improving access. Number three, recruitment, retention, and conditions of service. Honorable Vice Chairperson, we cannot expand services without expanding the workforce. The state must commit to recruiting, training, and retaining mental health professionals. This requires competitive remuneration, rural and hardship incentives, safe working environments, reasonable workloads, and opportunities for career progression. We must make public mental health a sustainable career. Number four, decentralized infrastructure and funding. Rights mean little without access, and I recommend a deliberate program to expand mental health units and services at regional and district level, including outpatient, inpatient, rehabilitation, and psychosocial support. Implementation must also be backed by predictable and, where possible, ring-fence funding for mental health. Number five, which is the last one, the community-based care. Finally, Honorable Vice Chairperson, community-based care must be properly resourced. It must include follow-ups, medication, counseling, family support, and working referral systems so that people can be treated closer to home, and pressure on hospitals is also in the process reduced. In conclusion, Honorable Vice Chairperson, I support this bill with those recommendations to ensure it works in practice. I respectfully recommend additional focus that I have just alluded to on prevention and workplace mental health. Let us pass strong legislations and equip it with people, facilities, and resources to deliver mental health care to all Namibians in every region. Honorable Vice Chairperson or members, I thank you for your attention, and I so submit.
Thank you, Honorable Monde. I now call upon Honorable Joseph. The floor is yours. Honorable Joseph.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chairperson. Allow me just 1 second. All right, the technology is with me now. Thank you so much. Good morning once again, Honorable members. I rise in support of this important bill, particularly because it speaks to one of the most painful and long ignored areas of our health and social justice system. Mental health is not a matter to be hidden in the shadows, nor should those who live with mental health conditions be treated with fear, shame, or exclusion. For far too long has stigma silenced families, isolated patients, and allowed injustices to persist under the guise of care. This bill is therefore not merely a legal reform, it is a moral correction. It begins to address the wrongs that were not adequately confronted by the Mental Health Act of 1973, a law that reflected a different era and a less human understanding of mental health care. That old framework did not sufficiently protect dignity, did not place enough emphasis on the least restrictive care, and did not strongly guard against the abuse, humiliation, and dehumanizing treatment that too many patients have endured. Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members, I wish to particularly commend the bill for its clear limitations on seclusion and restraint. In the past, these measures were too often used, not as a last resort, but as a convenience, a punishment, or a form of control. That must never be allowed to happen again. The bill now correctly states that seclusion and restraint may only be used when all less restrictive measures have failed and only to prevent from harm. That is the right balance between care and protection, and it is a step toward restoring dignity to those who are most vulnerable. Equally important is the bill's strong stance against stigma and discrimination. Mental illness is not a moral failure. It is not a curse. It is a health condition that requires compassion, treatment, and respect. A nation that wishes to be just must never allow persons with mental health conditions to be pushed aside and as though they do not belong. This bill affirms that they do belong in our health system, in our communities, and in our national conscience. I also welcome the bill's focus on the least restrictive form of care, community-based treatment, review boards, and legal safeguards against indefinite or unjustified institutionalization. These provisions reflect a more human, modern, and rights-based approach. They show that we are moving from a system of silence and control to one of dignity, oversight, and recovery. Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members, a society is judged not by how it treats the strong, but how it treats the vulnerable. On that measure, this bill gives us an opportunity to do better. It allows us to heal historical injustices, to break the cycle of stigma, and to create a mental health framework that respects both the person and the law. For these reasons, I support the bill and urge the House to do the same, not only as lawmakers, but as custodians of human dignity. I so submit, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Joseph. Honorable members, just to state that the list that we are following here is the list that was provided on our communication platform, and so we will go according to that. Next on our list is Honorable Unona. The floor is yours.
Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members, I rise to make a contribution to the mental health bill. I happen also to understand that much have said when it comes to this bill. But we must also understand that mental illness, it's an illness that needs psychiatric treatment, psychological support, as well as rehabilitation. We were talking about that we have the lack of mental health facilities in Namibia as a whole. As we have only one in Windhoek and the other portion at Oshakati Intermediate Hospital. I have the opinion that we need to take a serious recommendation so that we can increase these mental health facilities. But there's a longer term and short term. I am on the opinion to take action on the short term. We all are aware that we have unoccupied buildings that belongs to the Ministry of Works and Transport in our regions. And I recommend that the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Works and Transport needed to collaborate so that we could find out how many buildings unoccupied in all the regions. If we find the suitable buildings in our regions, it is also an easy way during the mid-term review around September to use the fund that we can source out during the term review so that this structure could be rehabilitated and be turned out in the mental health facility that could be able to accommodate our people with mental disorders. With this remark, I so submit, Honorable Vice Chairperson.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Unona. Next on our list, we have Honorable Ndawanifa. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chairperson, Honorable members of the August House. I rise to support the Mental Health Bill, Bill 8 of 2025, and I commend the government in the name of the Minister of Health and Social Services and all those who contributed to this, its development. Mental health is an essential part of the well-being of our people and must receive the same attention as physical health. Investing in mental health is an investment in the productivity, investment in the dignity, and investment in the future of our nation. Honorable members, Honorable Chairperson, as we consider this bill, I urge government to strengthen early identification and access to this very important service. Voluntary mental health screening should, as resources permit, be made available at district hospitals and across the country. Early identification allows for timely counseling, treatment, referral, and other appropriate interventions before conditions become severe. We must also decentralize mental health facilities and services to the regions so that people, particularly those in rural areas, can access care closer to their communities. Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members, we further need stronger mechanisms for addressing mental health challenges in the workplace. with appropriate confidentiality and human rights safeguards. However, such mechanisms must never be used to discriminate against employees, but should ensure that those in need receive professional support. Honorable Vice Chairperson, I've been in a workspace for some time in the teaching profession. I've been seeing how teachers have been suffering from mental health problems. Joining the regional council, I witnessed a lot of cases through the regional councils in Angwena and elsewhere that employees, majority of employees, are suffering from mental health problems. It is very important and paramount that we have to consider the intervention, that at least something must be done from the workplace so that direct referral can be done from institutions for these particular employees to be attended to. I also call for effective and prompt collaboration between the Namibian police, magistrate courts, district hospitals, and Namibia Correctional Services, so that person detained or incarcerated are assessed, assessed for mental health conditions as earlier as possible. At some point, Honorable Vice Chairperson, I'm one of the testimony like my Honorable Roy here, that in 2019, one of my cousins involved in this situation of attacking people with pangas. He was in Binduk here. He attacked one of our cousins with a panga. He survived. He was detained by Wanahenda police station. And after being tried, he was released on bail. Then from there, he moved from Binduk into North. Again, after some months, he attacked again a sister with panga. The sister escaped the panga attack, and after all, he started burning the whole house. The police acted promptly. He was detained into custody. Then after some months, he was released on bail. After being released on bail, he spent some months, he changed to one of the Enana suburbs. After some months, he came back, he attacked the brother, of course, the wife to the brother. So the brother became a victim. Of course, the mother was rescued by the daughter, 15 years old. Then after the mother was rescued by the daughter, 15 years, we used to call her as our hero, because he managed to rescue the mother from the panga attack. Then the daughter, the daughter to the father and mother, was injured on the hands because he managed to hold the panga on the edge. After he pulled, then the child, the girl was injured, and he escaped. So the father was coming to rescue the family, and he became a victim to death. So he was arrested to custody again, Angwena, but of course he has been in the cells. Maybe if you can remember the story that I was saying, the person who had been in cells for 4 years without being screened. But my point here, honorable members, is to say then there is a need collaboration between the police, hospitals, court, and correctional services. But of course, we have to commend Namibian police. They are doing their work, because immediately they come and arrest. They put into the cells. But who is the next person? I think hospital must come in to screen whether this person, the mentality of this person, or the person's mind and all that is fine or not. So, Honorable Chairperson, Vice Chairperson, honorable members, I strongly appeal to the Minister of Health and Social Services to consider establishment of full-fledged Department of Mental Health. Very important that. Mental health requires specialized leadership, coordination, and accountability. Government must also make mental health a genuine national health priority, supported by adequate budgetary resources. We need more psychiatrists, psychologists, psychiatric nurses, social workers, and counselors, and other mental health professionals. I do not refer to the honorable counselors that are here. So scholarship, training opportunities, and incentives should be expanded to address this shortage. Another critical is public awareness and stigma. In some communities, mental illness is still attributed to witchcraft. Cases of natural cases. While natural or cultural and spiritual beliefs are important, we know it's very important. Our culture is also important, it's very important. However, mental health conditions must also be understood from a medical and scientific perspective. And this is the call that we have to send to our community. That is not about culture. It's about dealing with the mental of people. Then we must not associate with witchcraft, magic, what, but it's a matter of understanding what is happening with the chemistry of somebody's brain. I therefore call upon the minister to conduct nationwide mental health education and awareness campaigns, reaching schools, churches, traditional authorities, workplace, families, youth, and rural communities. Honorable Chairperson, the success of this bill will ultimately depend on effective implementation, adequate funding, enough personnel, accessibility services, and a change in how society understands mental health. In conclusion, Honorable Chairperson, I support the Mental Health Bill, Bill 8 of 2025, because it has the potential to strengthen the protection, treatment, and well-being of our people. I urge this August House, Honorable Vice Chairperson, to support this bill while calling our government to make mental health a legitimate national health priority. With that, Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members, I do so submit and I recommend for approval for this bill. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ndawanifa. Next on our list is Honorable Maswahu.
Thank you so much, Honorable Vice Chair. Honorable members, I rise with a very strong voice today to contribute to the second reading of the Mental Health Bill, Bill 8 of 2025, and to record my unequivocal support for this vital and long overdue legislation. Honorable Chairperson, this bill is not merely a technical revision of an outdated law. It's a statement about who we are as a nation, what we value as a society, and whether we are prepared to protect the dignity of every person, including those who are suffering. Always not visible by the eye. Today, I wish to present the reality mental health care in Irongo. Our region has a population of approximately 270 people, as in the case across Namibia. The majority of our people depend on government health facilities. We have only 4 district hospitals, which is Omaruru, Usakos, Swakopmund, and Valdisport. This is the central question we must confront. What happens to a person who needs mental health care but lives far from this hospital? What happens to the family that cannot afford repeated travel? What happens to a patient whose condition deteriorates while care remains out of reach? These are not abstract questions. They are questions of distance, poverty, dignity, and justice. They are questions that affect children, young people, parents, workers, students, and entire families. When mental health care is unavailable or delayed or inaccessible, the burden does not disappear. It is transferred to the household. Communities, law enforcement officers, and already overstretched health professionals. The proposed bill responds to a reality by reforming the mental health care system. It provides for the designation and the regulation of public, private mental health facilities, strengthen patient rights, promote comprehensive care, and places emphasis on accessibility. Community-based and least restrictive treatment. It recognizes that the care should not be defined by confinement, cohesion, or convenience, but by recovery, protection, participation, and respect. Honorable members, the gap between principle and practice remains painful wide. In many regions, there is no dedicated mental health units and no rehabilitation centers. In some hospitals, there are only available space for a person in acute mental health care crisis, the so-called strong room. I've worked for the Ministry of Health, and I've seen that strong room how it looks. It's like you are in prison, where the individual may be retained until the immediate crisis passes, only to be released without sustained rehabilitation and follow-up that recovery requires. Our people deserve better. They deserve facilities designed for healing, not spaces designed merely to contain. They deserve treatment that restore hope, not arrangement that deepens fear and shame. They deserve a system that sees the person before it sees the condition. The shortage of specialized personnel makes this challenge even more urgent. In many regions, our psychiatrists may be expected to save a large number of patients. This is not sustainable, honorable members. It places patients at risk, places families under enormous pressure, and places our professionals at risk of exhaustion and burnout. Honorable members, we must also confront the condition that discourages qualified professionals from joining and remaining in the public health sector. The position of clinical psychologists in the Ministry of Health and Social Services is currently graded at grade 6, despite requiring a master's degree. That mismatch sends the wrong message. It undervalues expertise, weakness, requirement, and retention, and ultimately undermines the quality of care available to the public. If we are serious about mental health, then we must be serious about the people who provide it. I deserve a hand of applause. We cannot demand excellence while undervaluing expertise. We cannot promise excess while leaving professionals overstretched. We cannot proclaim reform while retaining the conditions that make reform impossible. Honorable Chairperson, I therefore call on this House to support the bill and to give practical effects to its promises through the following priorities. Number one, we must establish a fully fledged mental health unit complemented by a rehabilitation center in each of the 14 regions. A national commitment must be visible in every region, not only in the largest town. The right to mental health care must not depend on a person's postal address. Number two, we must review the job grading of clinical psychologists, social workers, and elevate the position to higher grade, such as grade 5 and above. This is not an administrative luxury. It is an investment in professional capacity, quality care, and the retention of skilled practitioners. Number three, We must improve equitable access by allocating resources for outreach services in remote areas, Kurenkuru, in Kavango, in Kunene, in Karasbek. Our people should be able to access services, those who are affected with mental health conditions. Decentralization must not stop at the district hospital level. Services must move towards the people through mobile teams, outreaches, community programs, early intervention, and reliable referral systems. Number 4, we must address the shortage of mental health professionals through appropriate short courses and task shifting to nurses, law enforcement officers, and community health workers. These measures must form part of a properly supervised multidisciplinary case management system with the right training and support. Frontline workers can identify distress area, respond more appropriately, protect patients' rights, and connect families to the care they need. Honorable members, mental health is health. It's neither a luxury nor a secondary concern. It is an essential part of the health, dignity, and well-being of our people. Let us seize this opportunity. Let us choose care over neglect, dignity over degradation, action over delay. Let us ensure that mental health care is not a promise made in this chamber, but a service experience in every community, every region, every village. Honorable members, I support the bill and I so submit. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Maswao. Next on our list is Honorable Nangama.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Honorable Chairperson, Honorable Member, I stand to support the Bill 8 of 2025, the Mental Health Bill. I understand we have deliberated more on this bill, and many members did defer enough to it. I therefore don't want to do a repetition. I want to put more emphasis on 3 things on the first place, such as the mental health facility. We understand that we have only 2 mental health hospitals, Windhoek and Oshakati. Therefore, I am also humble request this mental health facility to be decentralized or to be increased countrywide. Staff, we know for sure that we have shortage of staff, psychiatry, and those people who are dealing with mental health. Therefore, we need also to increase this number of the staff. And the budgeter, we need also to think about the budgeter so that we can budget for this one. Secondly, I would want to emphasize on the government and the private institution to advocate the mental health program in their institution. Honorable Member, Honorable Chairperson, even though we have a mass looming of nursing and other institutions in Namibia, only minimal that offer mental health program, which is any issue in our household, villages, community, constituents, region, and the Namibia at large. only minimal institutions that offer mental health programs. Honorable Chairperson, honorable members, a practical example that I want also to testify here is the village where I came from. The village where I came from, there are 5 homesteads where you find people suffering from mental health. One of the homesteads is having 7 people that are suffering by that condition. Unfortunately, their parent is no more, and the one who was better by adhering of taking her medication, he has also passed on. Now these people are just there. These people are just there. Imagine how these people will survive. The other testimony, I have my biological sister who was in Vindo. In 2011, she was suffering by the same condition. I was having a trip to South Africa. Then I decided to transfer from Windhoek to North. As I'm speaking, we don't speak with that sister of mine. Because of that decision I took to transfer from Windhoek to North. But it was just to assist, because my mom and my other relatives, they usually came here for when she is not doing well. Honorable member, imagine how this family have to be, and how are we not to fast track this bill as this is August House. And I am humbly requesting the government to fast track it also. Finally, I am also humbly requesting the Namibia Qualification Authority to recognize and accredit the program related to mental health, then the government funding to, and to give incentives and the risk remuneration to encourage students to apply for the program. Honorable Chairperson, honorable member, as we are speaking now, only 2 institutions confirmed, accredited to offer mental health program within Namibia at large, which are the Revikia University and the Philip Trust. Those are the only 2 institutions that are confirmed, accredited mental health program. In conclusion, I advocate for establishment of new mental health facilities in district hospital, health center, clinics within all the 14 regions, and the community-based center, so that they can accelerate the patient to have an access to health facilities. I strongly recommend the inclusion of mental health program on all private and government institutions, as well as accreditation of the mental health related program in order to increase the mental health staff, members, and I also humbly requesting all stakeholders to make this bill law without any delay. Then the government and the Ministry of Health must make a budgetary provision and fast track the implementation. Honorable Chairperson, honorable member, I'm strongly supporting this bill, and I want to see the realization of it. I so submit. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nangama. Next on our list is Honorable Mukoya.
Good afternoon, Honorable Vice Chairperson, Honorable Vice Chief Whip, Honorable Deputy Minister of Health, and also Honorable Members. Good afternoon. I rise to support of the Health Bill 8 of 2025. Honorable Vice Chairperson, this bill is important and long overdue. For many years, our country has relied on legislation dating up back to 1973. Our society has changed significantly since then, and our mental health law must reflect the realities and challenges faced by our people today. I therefore concur with the honorable members who have highlighted the various challenges that continue to affect mental health services in our communities. Honorable Vice Chairperson, we need to strengthen mental health infrastructure across all 14 regions of Namibia. I particularly wish to emphasize the situation in the northern part of the country. Kavango's region should have full equipped regional referral hospital, including special mental health facility, which can also save the people of Kavango West and Zambezi region. Similarly, we consider establish strong referral hospital and dedicated mental health services in the hard-up region that can save southern part of Omaheke and Karas region. Mental health cannot be addressed in isolation from the social and economic condition in which people live. Honorable Vice Chairperson, let us consider communities such as Ndiona constituency in Livai village. In some of this community, residents have constructed permanent structure for clinic through their own effort. Yet, this facility remain without adequate water, health personnel, and other essential resources. This situation demonstrates that infrastructure alone is not enough. We must ensure that our communities have qualified personnel and the necessary resources to make this facility functional. Honorable Vice Chairperson, our people also continue to face serious challenge in accessing basic government services. Some residents must walk approximately 10 kilometers to collect their pension grants, making the journey there and back on foot. In communities such as Shamambungu, residents may have to travel to Livai to access these services. Some people must travel extremely long distance to reach healthcare facilities, with poor road infrastructure making the situation even more difficult. Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members, this condition can contribute to stress, acid, depression, and other mental health challenges. Poverty, unemployment, isolation, inadequate transport, poor road infrastructure, and limited access to essential services all have impact on the mental well-being of our people. We must therefore adopt a holistic approach to mental health care. Another major concern is the shortage of social workers in our communities. Social workers play an important role in identifying vulnerable individuals, providing psychological support, assisting families, connecting communities with appropriate services. The government should therefore prioritize the recruitment and deploy in more social workers, particularly in rural and underserved areas. Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members, we should also strengthen the training of professionals who can contribute to mental health and social development. Where special training opportunities are not sufficient available locally, government should consider appropriate partnership and training opportunities, including with neighboring countries such as Zambia, so that we can build the necessary human resources capacity in Namibia. Honorable Vice Chairperson and honorable members, mental health awareness must not only take place when crises occur. The Ministry of Health and Social Services should conduct continual mental health awareness campaign throughout the year and across the country. This campaign should educate community about depression, suicide, prevention, substance abuse, alcohol abuse, domestic violence, and other factors that contribute to mental health challenge. We must also address the social problem affecting our young peoples. Substance and alcohol abuse can have devastating consequences for individuals, families, and communities. We must strengthen prevention programs, provide young people with access to counseling, recreation activities, education, economic opportunities. Honorable Vice Chairperson and honorable members, the issue of teenage pregnancy must also be addressed through comprehensive awareness and support programs. The ministries responsible for gender should work closely with the Ministry of Health and other stakeholders to educate communities, support young people, address the underlying social and economic factor contributing to teenage pregnancy. Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members, poverty eradication must also remain a central part of our national development agendas. A person who is struggling to find food, employment, adequate housing, healthcare, or education is more vulnerable to psychological and emotional distress. Addressing poverty is therefore also invest in mental well-being of our nation. Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members, we must also pay particular attention to mental health services in schools. Although schools have life skill teachers, there is a need for additional professional support. The government should consider increasing number of social workers, other appropriate training professionals deployed to schools so that learners can receive early intervention and counseling when they experience emotional, social, or psychological difficulties. Honorable members, we should not forget people within our correctional facilities. Mental health services must be available to offenders and other personnel in correctional institutions. The government should consider strengthening correctional facilities in every region, ensure that appropriate mental health professionals, include special doctors, psychological where necessary, are available to provide care. Early intervention is essential. If mental problems are identified and treated early, we can prevent many cases from becoming several and reducing the pressure in our hospital and family. Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members, the Mental Health Bill provides us with important opportunity to modernize our legal framework, strengthen the protection of people living with mental health conditions. However, legislation alone will not solve the problem. We must provide the infrastructures, human resources, funding, and community-based services necessary to implement the law effectively. In conclusion, I wish to express my appreciation to the government of the Republic of Namibia under the leadership of Her Excellency President Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah for its effort to advance the well-being and unity of our nation. I also thank the honorable member of this House for their contribution and for supporting this important legislation. Let us work together as a team, government, parliament, communities, traditional authority, civil society, and the stakeholders to ensure that every Namibian has access to quality mental health care regardless of where they live. Mental health is not only a health issue, it is a national development issue. I therefore support the mental health bill, call upon all of us to work together to ensure it is effective implementation for the benefit of all Namibians. I thank you, Honorable Vice Chairperson and Honorable Member. I thank you. I also have support.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mukwaya, for that very strong contribution. Next on our list is Honorable Bishop Sipapela.
Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members, I will be very, very brief. Very brief. Why do I say so, Honorable Vice Chair? Because the bill before us this afternoon, some of us, we are victim to it already. As I'm talking to you, my daughter, she graduated on the 16th of March 2024 as a medical doctor. And she was attached here in Windhoek, Katutura Hospital. That's where she was doing her intent duties. As I'm talking to you now, she is undergoing mental treatment. So that's why I'm saying I could not even stand up and contribute to this bill because it touched me badly with my own biological daughter. However, we leave everything into the hands of the Lord. Honorable Chairperson, Vice Chairperson, my apology. Honorable members, as I have already mentioned, I rise to contribute to the bill debate on the floor. Regarding the Mental Bill number 8, 2025, as referred to this House by the National Assembly for review. While I commend the bill, its progressive objective, a uniform national framework must adequately address the diverse socio-economic and geographically and cultural realities across our republic. What I'm trying to say here, Honorable Vice Chair, I am not going to attack anyone who says we have got the mental health has got nothing to do with tradition. I'm not going to attack such person. This is my opinion, and according to my understanding, that everyone's opinion should be respected. So, my beautiful brother Ndawanifa shouldn't bother when I say something here, contrary to his statement. I therefore urge the House to mandate the Minister of Health and Social Services to publish a binding time-bomb national district implementation plan period to the bill's enactment as law, detailing the phased recruitment, retention, and equitable distribution of psychiatric personnel across all the regional hospitals. Linguistics. Although the bill, Honorable Chairperson, Vice Chairperson, although the bill is commendable, it is commendable its framework within the human rights pattern. It is commendable framework because it is written in a human rights pattern. It failed to account for indigenous explanatory models for mental illness. Research conducted across various Namibian communities reveals that Western psychological frameworks frequently diverge from local cultural understanding of mental distress. To bridge this gap, the bill must explicitly integrate traditional knowledge system rather than risk criminalizing it. Criminalizing its customary healers, who are often the first point of contact for mental health concerned people. The bill should mandate a viable in major indigenous language. My apology. The bill should be made available into indigenous language, including but not limited to Silozi, Rukwangwari, Osvambo, Oserero, and Damaranama Afrikaans alongside English, to guarantee informed consent and the procedural fairness nationwide. The bill contains a notable omission regarding maternal mental health, particularly in relation to the psychological distress associated with the baby dumping, which is a national concern with teenager pregnancy, subsequently school dropouts, a high across several regions, and the intersections. The teenager maternity severely associate stigmas, and the mental health crisis demands urgent legislative attention at all national level. I said I'll be very much brief, Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members. In conclusion, I would like to draw your attention to a proposed section of the bill, Section 7, Paragraph 1, which reads as follows. All health facilities must ensure and regulate the provision of comprehensive, decentralized, and community-based mental health care service. My problem here is we are talking about comprehensive, decentralized. The problem of this section that I made here is that even though it is going to be a comprehensive, decentralized, it does not give us the time frame. When can these facilities be available, as the other colleague has reiterated now, that we urgently need these comprehensive facilities of mental health patients to be available as a matter of last year. Having said this, Honorable Vice Chair, honorable members, I support the mental health bill to go through this house. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Sipapela. I think all the honorable members will agree with me when I say I don't think we have dealt with a bill that is, like the English say, close to home, such as this specific mental health bill. And so we really just hope and wish that those who have been directly and personally affected, that some sort of relief shall be found, and that we give you the much needed encouragement as we contribute to this specific bill. They said leadership. Leadership comes with a lot of challenges, and here we are being tested to be able to stand in this August House and make our contributions regardless of our personal wounds that we may be carrying with ourselves. So, honorable members, I wish you courage, and we then proceed. But before I give the floor to the next speaker, honorable members, just a reminder that we are dealing with a bill. So as we refer to the parts of this bill, we refer to them as clauses and not sections. That's basically all that I wanted to advise. Next on our list is Honorable Sezuni. The floor is yours. Honorable Sipapela, I think your mic is still on. Thank you. Try using another one, Honorable. Honorable Sezuni. Honorable Sezuni. Honorable Sezuni. Can you try and use the mic that's next to Honorable Kapere, perhaps? Oh. Honorable Sezuni, may I suggest that while we sort your situation out, we then just move on to the next member? It appears that we are experiencing technical difficulties on this whole line. So just give me a moment, Honorable Sezuni, so that we can sort your situation out. In the meantime, may I please ask that Honorable Shikulo takes the floor while we sort the situation out. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chairperson. Honorable members, I rise to contribute to this important bill, the Mental Health Bill, Bill 8 of 2025. So, mine is not very briefly, but briefly. So, I will join my honorable members who contributed, and I know our weights will be mixed. The law, the 1973 law uses outdated language. The bill should use a modern, clear definition that respects human rights and matches international standards. I suggest that the bill officially adopt the World Health Organization's definition, a clinically significant disturbance in an individual cognition and emotional regulation or behaviors. Patients are often sent home without medicine due to the government procurement delays. We know how the things are delayed, and we want also to change this. Forcing them to buy expensive drugs they cannot afford. A person is already sick, and even the drug or the medication is also very expensive. For that, I suggest that a clause be added requiring the Ministry of Health to maintain a continuous supply of essential psychiatric medicine and to report to the Parliament. This one I want to be done every year on the status of these supplies. That's my suggestion. The country has only one dedicated psychiatric ward. This is, maybe we can talk it many times, which having 220 beds. And this is obviously in Windhoek. This facility is in Windhoek. And in Sakati, are dangerously overcrowded. Over 200 patients, but the ward is only for meant for 60 beds. So it's very, we can say, it's overcrowded. There are also a very few psychiatrists. What I ask for is that the bill include a clear government plan with deadlines to build new facility, as our most honorable member have mentioned. Update old ones and train more professional like psychiatrist nurses. I also ask that clinical psychologists and trained medical officers be allowed to make mental health assessment to reduce the burden on the psychiatrist. A bill should include specific budget rules for community care. It should also require the government to report on how the Tegameno facility be reopened, because I heard that there was a facility in Windhoek, and at the moment we don't know whether this is operational or not. Maybe it was also used to, people were used to this facility at Tegameno. Maybe we need a follow-up for this so that we can also add the value to our mental health bill. Namibia has a serious seafood crisis with over 540 deaths reported in 2024-2025 financial year. This is a challenge. We lost a lot of people. To prevent this, we need proper data in the plan. My final recommendation is that the bill create a national suicide prevention plan and proper database to track mental health issues. This will help measure if the new law is actually working. Conclusion: I believe that by adding these practical points, the bill can become a tool that truly changes lives instead of just being a document that gather dust. I so submit, honorable members, honorable vice chairperson, and I support the bill, and I so submit.
Thank you very much, Honorable Shikolo. Honorable Amkete, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members. On Friday, 7th of this August, one of our family members, the younger ones, and a mental health, was hanging himself to death. His grandmother and the very younger children who find him hanging in their homestead. I think in this situation traumatizing their mind. Saturday 16 this month, I depart with my family to make the funeral of this younger one mental health while I'm driving to Vidhoek here to the mental health bill. Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members, this time we debate this bill, sometime you observe contribution look like repetition, but not repetition, indicating the importance of this bill. This bill elevates mental health care from a secondary concern to a national priority. Updating mental health legislation is a milestone opportunity. This shift moves our foundation away from isolation, punishment, and confinement, and instead champion human dignity, community-based support, and recovery. Mental health is non-negotiable. It is a fundamental human right. It is a time we treat a mind with the same agents as treat the body. Honorable Vice President, honorable members, watching constituents or family member suffer without help causes deep anxiety, grief, and the feelings of hopelessness. For an honorable regional council like me, untreated mental illness often leads to coping mechanisms like substance abuse, housing instability, and criminal matters. When stigma takes root, our community suffer in silence. Many feel forced to hide their struggles to avoid unfair treatment. This proposed legislation serves as an essential, compassionate measure to decimate this silence and foster an empathic society. Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members, I commend this bill because it makes a provision that every patient has the right to be treated with dignity, respect, and humanity at all times. Additionally, it provides that every patient has the right to participate in decision making regarding his or her mental health care and has the right to cultural and religious practice. Honorable Vice President, honorable members, me myself observe mental health around the area I'm living. They not only to make the boundary activity, also sometimes they do the right things. Example, during the election, I observe them mobilize people going to vote the election, the right. They say going to vote, do the right thing. That also themselves, Observe them, they have their vote card, and also they are going to cast their vote, and then they make it with the right thing as they do, as they say. Finally, I provide the shift toward offering community-based mental health care at a community-based mental health care facility, which means patients can stay close to their support system rather than being separated from their families. Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members, there are critical areas need urgent implementation. There are currently no dedicated mental health facility located within Omsat region to provide specialized long-term care. The 4 district hospital in Omsat region where I comes from, so Utapi District Hospital, Oshikokun District Hospital, Sandi District Hospital, and the Okahawa District Hospital. Lengk appreciate circulation rooms designed for safe and human management of actual ill psychiatric patients. By mentioning these 4 districts in Omsati region, I am including the same district in the country large in all 14 regions, ensuring that regional health budgets contain strictly allocated funds is vital for building and upgrading local psychiatric infrastructure and modifying existing hospital layout to include safe, compliant, and dignified circulation rooms for crisis stabilization. The Omsat region currently lacks dedicated specialist mental health nurses and the medical doctors. This critical shortage stems from an absence of funded position for specialists and the reluctance of the younger professional to serve in remote areas. Consequently, patients must travel more than 100 kilometers to Intermediate Hospital Oshakati to access essential mental health care. To bridge this critical service gap, the Ministry of Health and the Social Services should prioritize 3 critical actions to bridge the mental. 1. Accelerate restructuring, fast track the ongoing ministerial restructuring of official, create and fund specialist mental health position for the Onsati region and the other region. Implement orientation strategy, finalize and roll out tangent incentives such as rural allowances and subsidized housing to attract and retain younger medical professionals in remote areas. Expand outreach services. Establish temporary mobile psychiatric clinics staffed by visiting specialized from Intermediate Hospital Oshakati while permanent structural changes are finalized. Honorable Vice President, honorable members, to conclude, this bill represents a significant milestone. However, to fulfill its promise, we must match it with the necessary financial resources and dedicated implementation efforts so it is to improve the lives of our citizens. Therefore, I strongly support this progressive legislation and urge my fellow parliamentarians to collaborate, ensuring we build a society where every citizen can access necessary mental health care. I am full support. Honorable Vice Chairperson, I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ankete. Honorable Sezuni, the floor is yours. However, I would want to advise that you please move over to Honorable Angula's sitting space so that we can see if you will be accommodated there. My sincere apologies for all these inconveniences. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chairperson. You know, when these things start to misbehave, you'll find your things are everywhere. Now, you will have to start afresh and restructuring your resources. Thank you very much.
You, Honorable Sezuni.
Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members, good afternoon. I rise today to support the urgent implementation of the Mental Health Bill, B8/2025, which is an important piece of legislation that is greatly needed in our community and society at large. Honorable Vice Chairperson, we have witnessed a situation where young people whom we have known to be healthy and active in our communities suddenly begin to display unusual behavior. Some may be seen picking up papers or food from the dustbin, walking naked, talking to themselves, or even chasing people. These are not simply acts of bad behavior. In many cases, there may be signs of serious mental health condition requiring proper medical attention, care, and support. For this reason, the Medical Health Bill is both timely and necessary. It provides for the management and the care of persons living with mental health conditions and recognizes the need for comprehensive services. That includes psychiatric services, counseling services, nursing services, preventative and early intervention measures, and the provision of food, accommodation, and clothing where necessary. Honorable Vice Chairperson, every public authority responsible for health services must ensure that its policy and measures are properly coordinated and implemented in a manner that guarantees access to mental health care at all levels. In particular, we must ensure the provision of appropriate health care services at district health facilities throughout the country. Mental health care should not be concentrated only in major towns and referral hospitals. Still emphasize, especially in in Zambezi, where we have got only a referral hospital to Kavango. I want to sensitize to bring to the attention of this House that the land has been prepared for the intermediate hospital for the Zambezi region. The fleet services moving from Katima referral to Rundu, it has exhausted the vehicle, the transport section to such an extent that most casualties, we have got a loss of patients with this long distance, transporting patients from Katima to Rundu, which is almost 530 kilometers. The bill further promotes the provision of community-based mental health care integrated into our existing health system wherever possible. This is particularly important because many people with mental health conditions live within communities and they need continuous support, follow-up care, and acceptance from their families and neighbors. Honorable Vice Members, we must also promote and protect the rights and the dignity of persons with mental health conditions. Mental illness should never be a reason for a person to be treated without dignity, neglected, abused, or discriminated against. We therefore need to move away from viewing mental illness as a source of shame. Instead, we should recognize it as a health condition that requires compassion, professional treatment, family support, and a community understanding. I therefore urge this Honorable House to support the urgent implementation of the bill, the mental health bill, and to ensure that adequate resources, trained personnel, and appropriate facilities are made available throughout the country. Let us ensure that no person suffering from a mental health condition is left on the street without care, dignity, or hope. I thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Sezuni, and once again, our sincere apologies for those inconveniences, but I must commend you. You are what you are called ever ready. You had a plan B within few minutes. So thank you very much for that. Honorable members, it's exactly 3 minutes to 1 o'clock, and according to our standing rules, by 1 o'clock we should break. However, I wish to plead with the honorable members that we only have 2 items left on our agenda today to find out if we're able to conclude these 2 before we break for lunch, or what does the House say? Is that in order? Thank you very much, honorable members. Thank you very much, honorable members. I now put the question that the bill be read a second time. Any objection? I see none. Agreed to? Agreed to? Thank you. The Secretary will now read the bill a second time.
Mental Health Bill, Bill number 8 of 2025.
Thank you very much. The Secretary will read the 5th order of the day.
Resumption of debate on the report of the Oceania Regional Council for the 2025-2026 financial year.
Thank you, Secretary. When this debate was adjourned on Wednesday, the 19th of August, 2026, the question before the Council was a report by Honorable Shikongo. Honorable Chaveonja adjourned the debate and he now has the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chair, Honorable Members. Maybe let me start by saying there's a word in my language that says that Ushimoshiwa Kihorerwa Akitiriwa Eruru. So a nice thing or something nice that somebody is doing, the best you can do is to copy, then get jealous. Why am I saying this? I went through the Oceana Regional. Not that I'm saying the others are not perfect and at that level, but I came to realize that some of us as a region, we still have to step in and get a better understanding of how Oceana is doing when it comes to the achievement as a region. I look at many aspects within their report, one being the issue on human capital development. All of us are challenged because based on the last report of the census, majority of our people in our regions are young people under the age of 35, and they are looking for opportunities, being it employment or to employ themselves. But when you look at Oceana, you can see that there's a collective way of doing things in the region. When you look at the synergy between all stakeholders that are part and parcel of the development of that specific region, in fact, I was also impressed that when you look at even community engagement, I think they were talking about 74 meetings that they have engaged at that level within a financial year. That already shows you that what they are doing is not theirs, it's coming straight from the community that they are representing. Another aspect also that I look at that I know Oceana was suffering with is the water infrastructure development. Being the chairperson of the committee and also have been serving as the vice chairperson the previous term, Oceana was also one of the regions that was suffering when it comes to water. It's been one of their challenges. That includes also partly Mahangwena, but Oceana, when we visited, it was also one of the challenges. And also want to really praise them. As I've said, I'm the current chairperson with also, I believe my community also will be happy. Committee members will also be happy because this region have worked so hard that from position 11 during the last financial year, they were position number 4. And I think this is worth a hand clapping for them. It really shows that there's commitment. Maybe some of us as regions, we seriously need to benchmark with Oceana and just to pick up from the special way of doing things from Oceana. And maybe by that we also improve when it comes to certain service deliveries that we have to do within our specific region. I know Namibia is one big region, so all of us want to achieve what Oceana have achieved through their reporting. So that submission, I wholeheartedly ask this House to also support the report from Oceana region. That's my submission, Vice Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Shavionja. Any further discussions? Any further discussions? I see none. Does Honorable Shikongo wish to reply?
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members. I just want to appreciate a complimentary remark from Honorable Shavionja, and also as a person who reported on behalf of the Oceana Regional Council, to acknowledge all the institutions, the leaders, officials, community and partners, development partners, whose efforts contributed heavily to the achievement recorded during the year under review. In Oshana, we have got a simple say. Oshana leads, others follow. When we are doing things as a team, that is what we are always saying. Let's lead so that others should follow. That's why the request of Honorable Chaveonja for a benchmark with Oshana Regional Council is welcome. If all regional council could come at benchmark with us, the Oshana is welcoming you to come. This week, Oshana is celebrating, Honorable Vice Chair, lastly, the achievement, mass achievement of the 25th, trade fair, Ongwediva Trade Fair, Excellence, which is a boost of Oshana economics. And it's unfortunate that this session is conducted this time around. I could have invited everybody to go and see how many people are attracted, whether it is international exhibitors, whether it is national, whether it's regional, and also people who are visiting the trade fair to make sure that the economy of Oshana is really boosted. We are happy that this year we are celebrating, and everybody at the region is really happy for the 25th excellency of our trade fair, Ongwediva Trade Fair. Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members, thank you very much for going through our report and for a complimentary remark on our report. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Shikongo. It appears that Namibia is producing interesting regions. There's the one we lead, we follow, or others follow. Then there's the smart region of Ohangwena. Then there's the great Terongo region and the likes. Yeah, sorry, Honorable Nanook, my apologies. I think I touched a nerve there. But my apologies. And then there's Commerce region of Parliament. Yeah, we are producing. It's very good to see. And it's also a very good recommendation, Honorable Shikongo, to advise that we do our benchmarking internally. How best can we learn from each other, if not to really, borrow from the best practices, as Honorable Chavionja has also started his statement. With that said, I now put the question that the report be adopted. Any objection? I see none. Agreed to. Congratulations, Oshana. Your report has been adopted. The Secretary will read the sixth order of the day.
Resumption of debate on of the report of the Ochikoto Regional Council for the 2025-2026 financial year.
Thank you, Secretary. When this debate was adjourned on Wednesday, the 19th of August, 2026, the question before the Council was a report by Honorable Nunyango. Honorable Shikulo adjourned the debate, and he now has the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chairperson, Honorable members. First of all, I would like to thank Honorable Nunyango for delivering this Shikoto Regional Council, the financial year 2025-2026 financial year. I don't know whether what I'm going to say is what now Honorable Chavioja have said, and we are not prepared together. When I perused the report, I pick up also the same as Honorable Chaveonja from Oshikoto Regional Council. What I have picked up is in the report is that the upgrading of water supply infrastructure, and in my, in Msati Regional Council report, I mentioned 123 million. So this is the pipeline from Msati, Oshana, to Oshikoto. So this is very, very important. And the water is life. That's why when I read through, I pick up this, that this is a very important point, and the community can also benefit from this. And what I have also learned is that the Oshikoto Regional Council with ongoing works, they are also busy with the reservoir at Onimbwere, if I'm not mistaken, Onimbwere. So this is a very good move. It's aiming to enhance water storage capacity, improving the reliability of water supply. Yeah, this is a good thing because the 4O region will also benefit from that one. And if you listen this the radio in the afternoon, most people from Oshikoto, they are crying about water every time. Our 4O region, they are also crying, but these people, they are always, because the pipeline is coming from Momsati, Oshana, then they didn't reach, because now the pipe is too big. I think now you can get enough water for this region, for this all 4 regions. That's why I want to say I perused through, but I didn't find anything. The other challenge which I found is that the report is also reporting about network coverage. And I would like to call upon the Ministry of ICT to look this with a big eyes, because network coverage is very, very, very much important. This is not only in Msati, but also in other regions in the country, because nowadays we are now in the modern world where each and everybody wants to be connected.
Honorable Shukulu, are you referring to Omsati or Oshikoto?
Oshikoto.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry, Omsati, Oshikoto. I'm just having that Omsati in my mind every time. Oshikoto, Honorable Vice Chairperson. So it's very, very much important. That one I can also pick up. Otherwise, with these words, I have no doubt to agree with the Oshikoto Regional Council report for 2025 financial year. Funds are utilized and as it required. So I so submit and I support the Oshikoto Regional Council. Thank you so much, Honorable Member, Honorable Vice Chairperson. I end up there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Shikulo. Any further discussions? Yes, Honorable Dawanika.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chairperson, Honorable Members. I also rise to contribute to the report of Oshikoto Regional Council, and I would like to commend Honorable Nunyango for a wonderful presentation or tabling this report to this August House. However, I was more concentrating on thematic area number 4, which is water, but of course the other honorable members have also contributed too. We can't wait to have clean and safe water to drink. It has been for 35 years now after independence, but yet some other areas of this beautiful republic cannot access safe and clean water to drink. And like Honorable Vice Chairperson, I have presented to this August House to say, speakers and other presiding officers were cautioned to say, whatever failure of service delivery to the public or to the community members, it has to fall with the parliament. Therefore, failure to provide clean water to any part of this beautiful country, it falls with parliament, either National Council or National Assembly. Because we fail to provide and pass laws that are accelerating the service delivery in terms of water provision to the public. However, looking at this thematic area, and there is a score that says there is a demining going on in Oshkoto for this Omtewanime Oshivelo water pipeline. Of course, I'm happy with that. And this is the similar situation that we want to see in Angwena, Kavango West, and other parts of the regions, that those parts, you can still find people that are walking a distance of 10 kilometers to look for clean water, carrying garoons at the back of the donkeys and also the carts, donkey carts or cow carts or whatever we call it. However, I want to remind the August House honorable members, as we are discussing the report of Oshkoto region, that the United Nations General Assembly of 2010, which was held on 28th of July, resolved under Resolution 64 that the state governments are compelled to declare safe and clean drinking water and sanitation as a human right. Honorable Vice Chairperson, we are compelled by the United Nations General Assembly to declare safe drinking water and sanitation as a human right, basic human right for that matter. Now, imagine for that period of time of 35 years, but yet we have got some community members that are claiming that they don't have safe water or clean water to drink. With this August House, what are we saying? So therefore, I'm really touched by this, and we want the custodian of water in Namibia, like NAM Water, really to speed up the process of providing water to this community. Therefore, there will be no any individual in this Republic of Namibia could not or cannot access clean water. Therefore, Honorable Vice Chairperson, I want to put to this August House as I'm complimenting the Oshkoto Regional Council for the good work well done. Of course, we have also observed some boreholes here and there, yet there are also those that some of the gaps. That as a house, there will be some other time that we look at this water, the issue of water shortage, as a state of emergency. I know the power is invested in up there, but let us look at to declare this issue, that it must be one of the emergencies that we need to look at so that we can provide water to the needy community. With that, I support and I like and I compliment Oshkoto region for the wonderful report. I do so support Honorable Vice Chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ndawanifa. Any further discussions? I see none. Honorable Nunyango, do you wish to reply?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chairperson. I would love to start thanking honorable members who have participated and contributed on our regional report, which is Honorable Shikuro, the later Honorable Ndawanifa. And before I reply, I would love to inform the House that today it's me only today from Oshkoto. The rest of honorable members, they are not here. But as I've been prepared and groomed in all situations to represent the region, I'm now going to reply to the concerns pertaining to our report. Honorable Shukuro, yes, it's true. As we have alluded that there's an upgrading of our, upgrading of water pipeline from Ndangwa forward the railway construction toward Mtsegonime. That project, it's active, and obviously, so far as we are speaking, it's now reached the water reservoir that we have mentioned at Oningwele. We have also spoke about the network coverage. Where there are successes, where also challenges are. We are trying by our level best, even though we are in the world of budget constraints. We observed the budget cut here and there. We came up with our regional plan. It's coming to this department of my city, and obviously it's been submitted toward the relevant ministry, where the region received a positive response. Somehow the contractor had been identified. And so far as we are speaking, they are busy on the ground, busy with constructing network towers, as well as set up the coordination. To my senior Nabu member, Nabu Ndawanifa, my neighborhood from Angwena region, you have also talked about the thematic area number 4. Is it number 1? Where we have stressed about the safety and access water for some of our community members is true. I agree with what we have said, more especially in far remote areas like the Rampinga and Kankoro, Ngodi, those remote area constituencies in our region. We're still struggling, even though our government of the Republic of Namibia had drilled a couple of boreholes there that currently providing water to our residents on those areas. Nevertheless, that is one of the first priority in Oshkoto region. Even we were following the regional state of address, which is being tabled by my senior brother, Saki Katindi, and obviously he has indicated that that is his first priority, to make sure that at least the maybe 90% of Oshkoto region will be having access to the safe and potable water. Nevertheless, Honorable Ndawanifa, we are also very much happy when we are reported about the demining of Mtsegonime. Your pre or action to celebrate is our pre-celebration toward this project. Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members, that is only what I responded toward the Oshkoto regional report. I so submit.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nyango. I now put the question that the report be adopted. Any objection? I see none. Agreed to. Well done, and congratulations to the Oshkoto region. Your report stands to be adopted. Honorable members, those were the orders of the day. It is in accordance with Rule 30, Sub-Rule 1 of the National Standing Rules and Orders that I adjourn the House without a question being put. The House stands adjourned to tomorrow 9:30 sharp as agreed. Thank you, honorable members.